Hey everybody, welcome to Peggy's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some baby back ribs in the oven. I have got my oven set to 300. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I have took off the membrane of the ribs. A lot of people call that silver lining, but I have took that off. I have dried my ribs good, so now we're going to season them. I'm going to take some mustard, and I'm just going to go right down the middle. Now, the reason why I do this rub like this is because when I put my seasoning on, it will help that seasoning penetrate down into the ribs. I normally wear a glove, but I do not have any. Let me grab me a paper towel. Now, I've got this side done, so I am going to take some hickory brown sugar Kinder's seasoning. I am going to lay that all over my ribs, go all the way down. Also, we're going to put some salt and pepper. Now, we are going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. Put that mustard right down in the middle. Take your fingers and just rub, or like I'm saying, if you have a glove. Now, we're going to take the seasoning and go all over this side. Be generous with your seasoning. You want a lot on there. And again, put a little bit of salt and pepper on this side too. Now that we got this seasoning on, I'm going to fold my aluminum foil really good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in my oven, like I'm saying, at 300. You want to close that because you want these juices and you want it to cook really slow. I will probably test it maybe in 2 hours, or the whole time that I want them to cook will be 3 hours. And then when I take them out of the oven, I will put some more seasoning on them, and then I will put them back in there probably for 30 minutes, and then they should be done. But anyway, when I take them back out, I'll be back. I'm back. Right now, I am going to make the sauce to go onto my ribs for when I bring them out. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I got Kraft Hint of Honey barbecue sauce. That's the kind that I like, but of course, you and your family can get any kind you like. So, I'm going to take about a half a cup. Of the barbecue sauce. Now, I'm going to take about a half a cup of ketchup. Now, I'll fold this over into the bowl. We got a few more steps we got to do. Now, I'm going to say about 1/4 cup of honey. Some people use molasses, and that is good too. Let's fold this over into the bowl. And then we're going to use probably about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Now you can use regular sugar. I just rather use brown sugar. Like I'm saying, I use about 1/4 cup. Now after you get these ingredients over into this bowl, now I'm going to use just a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little. And just a dash of cayenne pepper. To give it a little bit of heat. Now I'm going to mix this. And I'm going to put it in the refrigerator until I get ready to put it on my ribs. And I will be back. I'm back. I took my ribs out of the oven. They have cooked for like 2.5 hours. Now, I took my sauce out of the refrigerator. I'm going to take my baster. And you are going to baste these good all over. And just pour it on here, and then we're going to baste this. I always did like my sauce a little bit of sweet too, and a little tangy. Now you want to get the sides, brush it onto the sides. I'm going to flip this. Let me set this over here. Now you have to be careful because these are hot. Now, baste this side, but then we will turn them back over. You don't have to put as much on this because it's the back of the ribs. But I always want to get the sides. Really good. Now, take your thongs. Grab a hold of them if you have to by the edges. We are gonna, well, let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, here we go. Now, after you get them flipped back over, they'll be on that sauce. Get them back into the middle of your foil. Oops. Sometimes that can happen. Okay. Now, after I put all this sauce back on here, and we're going to put it back in the oven to let it caramelize. That means to let this sauce stick to your ribs. So I'm going to cover them back up. And when I bring them back out of the oven, I'll let them cool, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how they look, and we'll take a taste test. Okay, I took my ribs out of the oven. They are cool. They cooked for about 3 hours. I cut me off one right here. I'm gonna take a bite of it. Mmm. That is so good. Be sure you hit those shared likes. And remember, always be kind.